afternoon, everyone. We're here on another edition of our Pasay Baller on our YouTube channel. So for the past few weeks and for the past few months, we've been watching NBA and we've been talking about NBA. So ngayon, medyo mag-iiba tayo ngayon because PBA is back. And you heard me right, guys. PBA, Philippine Basketball Association, is back. So they will start playing on October 11. That's a Sunday. October 11, 2020. It's basically a continuation of the All Filipino Cup that was halted when ECQ happened. So it is a semi-bubble format. So what's going to happen is that the players, the staff, everyone would actually be staying in a hotel. Ang ganda ng hotel na yun. Nakita ko yung meron ako nakitang video, meron ako nakitang news na pinakita yung loob ng hotel. It's actually called Quest Plus Hotel, if I'm not mistaken. Ang ganda. Sana ako din makapasok doon. But yeah, in all seriousness, ang ganda ng hotel. So that's where the PBA players, the PBA coaches, staff would be staying hanggang matapos yung PBA semi-bubble. So why are we calling it semi-bubble? Because unlike what happened sa NBA, wherein they stayed in sa Orlando, iisang area lang. The hotels are there, the gymnasiums are there. Everything's actually in the same area. What's gonna happen here in the PBA is that from hotel, ihahatid sila papunta doon sa venue ng laro or ng practices, and that's an AUF or Angeles University Foundation, AUF. So it's a 10-minute drive from hotel papunta doon. So again, unlike yung sa NBA, lumalabas pa rin sila na ang hotel pero diretso doon. After the game, diretso rin sila hatid ng hotel. Now, there are strict protocols that are being implemented ng PBA, especially hindi pa naman talaga okay yung pandemya sa atin. This is for the players, this is for the staff, and this is for them basically. So if I read it right, it's 100,000 pesos, I guess, fine. Kung lalabag ka, kung hindi ka tutupad doon sa bawal, mga bawal lumabas, mga stuff like those. And again, if I actually read it right, pagka lumabas ka once and you can no longer go back, plus may fine ka pa, so baka may suspension ka pa. So it's exciting because again, it's All Filipino Cup. Kung nakalimutan natin, All Filipino Cup yung na-start, yung na-stop. Kaka-start lang noon nung na-stop siya. Isang game pa lang yung nangyayari nun, and that was San Miguel versus Magnolia. San Miguel won that game, and that was when PJ Simon actually announced his retirement. So yeah, pusa ko pala. So 1-0 na yung San Miguel, Magnolia is at 0-1, and then the rest of the teams, they're still at 0-0 slates. So what's gonna happen is that every day ang magiging laro, so medyo masaya. Yung sa mga medyo nabubore dahil nga sa nangyayari ngayon, yung mga naka-work from home, araw-araw ang game. So hindi tayo mauubusan. Again, thank you kasi after ng NBA, meron PBA. Diba? So, masaya rin siya. So, after ng NBA, siguro by then, tapos na yung NBA, I'm not sure, depende rin. But again, October 11, araw-araw ang pagpapalabas ng PBA. It's 4 to 6 for the first game. After that, there will be a break for 6 to 8 for 2 hours. And for those wondering what the break is for, that's gonna be for them to clean and to sanitize yung court or yung basketball court. Again, for their own safety. And then they would resume ng 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock for the second game. Again, there are 2 games, double header siya every day. So medyo masaya to, medyo exciting, hindi kailangan magantay unlike before. And normally, kapag PBA, di ba, mga once a week, swerte na yung twice a week yung favorite team natin. Tapos kagaya sa NBA, ganun din. So they will be wearing the masks whenever they're in the bench. they'll be observing some distancing, and then yung mga appear na yan and highly discouraged doon sa court. There are a lot of things na medyo gusto kong ma-raise or parang ma-remind sa lahat, because this one is a bit exciting. And let me tell you why. The first would be the people who wouldn't be there. Number one would be arguably the best player in the land right now, Junmar Fajardo. Junmar Fajardo will not be with San Miguel. That's gonna be bad news for a lot of San Miguel fans. Of course, because that's their main man, right? And aside from Junmar Fajardo not being available on this semi-bubble PBA, let's remember na Greg Slaughter is also no longer playing, or is also no longer in the PBA. We all know that when his contract expired, he didn't get any renewal, and then he decided to leave the country after that. So, yung dalawang pinakamalaking tao sa PBA, literal pinakamalaki, are not there. Plus, idagdag nyo pala si Sonny Toss din. Sonny Toss or Joaquin Toss of Alaska Aces has already announced his retirement. So, yun, make it 3. The 3 tallest and biggest people in the PBA wouldn't be there. Toss would be for good, and yung dalawa, hindi natin alam kung gano'ng katagal. So, medyo exciting because everything can happen, di ba? Aminin natin, dati talaga naman pagka San Miguel, andun si Junmar, it's almost matic, playoffs na yan, baka nga finals na. But if once Junmar is out, who knows? And at least medyo nagtatabla-tabla ng pakonti-konti ang bawat team. Plus, meron ding mga ibang players din pala na hindi magiging available. Larry Fonasher announced that he would want to opt out of the bubble. He wouldn't be playing. It's more of health reasons. And also, Cyrus Baguio wouldn't be playing. More of personal matters naman sila. So, and again, just like I mentioned earlier, PJ Simon has already announced his retirement as well. So, medyo marami tayong hindi makikita doon sa bubble. But, of course, kung merong mga mawawala, meron din namang mga nadagdag. And also, this is interesting. These are the rookies, of course. Yung number 1 is yung sa Terra, forgot how they're called. How are they called? Terrafim Jeep, yung dating Colombian Jeep. Basta yon. I forgot the exact name, but si CJ Perez meron ng partner, and that's the number 1 pick outside of the special draft, because we had a special draft, diba, yung 5. So outside of that, the number 1 pick overall is Roosevelt Adams. So Roosevelt Adams, kakampi nga siya ni CJ Perez. And aside from CJ Perez, wag natin kalimutan, nandun din si McCarthy. So may McCarthy na sila, may CJ Perez pa sila, and then yung number 1 pick nila na si Adams. I honestly haven't seen him play, but I'm really looking forward on what this dude can offer. Number 2, and this is medyo mas interesting siya ng konti. I guess his name was Shaw. He's even older than me. He's the tallest in the draft, and he is the oldest person in draft. He was born 1985, so nasa 34 years old na siya. I'm just 33, so bata ako pa. Pwede pa akong madraft, diba? Kakang taba, hindi na. So, that person, in all seriousness, that person is actually tried to play for NFL, and he was there for yung mga semi teams of Seattle Seahawks, and also with Raiders. He is also a basketball player din talaga. I guess he played for Thailand. And then he decided to declare himself for the PBA draft, and he was picked again 2nd overall on this draft. And I'm just really excited to see on what he could offer, kung paano yung magagawa doon. And again, I don't know, baka may bagong mag-dominate doon sa PBA. Meron, I guess his height is 6'9". So, sa ano naman siya, sa Blackwater naman siya. So, tingnan natin kung paano magagawa nito ni Shaw. And then, yung number 3 is si Ayunayon. So, si Ayunayon, ito yung mas dramatic ang kwento. He was the MVP of MPBL. And he scored 30 plus points in Game 5 ng MPBL as San Juan Knights defeated yung Davao. And he became the finals MVP. And he was the 3rd pick overall. So a lot of people are actually interested to see on what he could offer dito sa PBA. He is a shooter. And I'm not sure, pero talagang ang ganda, napaka-interesting ng kwento ng buhay niya. Kasi 'di ba, he wasn't really a star in college like like players who came from Ateneo, LaSalle, or UP. He wasn't a big name. So kaya nga sa MPBL siya nag-start. Pero doon sa MPBL, he showed what he could do. And again, he led his team to the championship. And he even became the MVP. And so PBA teams became interested sa kanya. So it's interesting to see what he could do and how he could adjust doon sa liga. What I'm saying is napaka ganda ng pangyayari is because Larry Fonasher wouldn't be playing, right? Kagaya sinabi ko kanina. And how fitting, because as we all know, Larry Fonasher can defend and all, but Larry Fonasher is more known for his 3-point shooting abilities. And here's Ayunayon, saktong-sakto, Larry Fonasher wouldn't be available. Ayunayon, malamang sa malamang siya mag-fit in for the role of Larry. And we'll see how he would be able to adapt to Coach Yen's coaching and sa kanyang mga bagong teammates. And lastly but not the least, of course, Alaska ako, hindi ko pwedeng kalimutan yung number 4, which is Bartley of FEU. I'm interested to see how Bartley would adapt to Alaska Aces. Of course, we all know he plays inside. A lot of people might disagree, pero nakikita ko kasi siya as a young Vic Manuel. So, kakampi na dun si Vic Manuel. For sure, Vic would teach him how to be better dito sa PBA. Na I'm just excited to see again how he would be able to adjust and how he would be able to bang bodies dun sa paint doon sa PBA. So again, anything can happen. It's interesting. Di kagaya dati na pag nag-start yung liga, almost alam na natin na nasa Final Four, and then na yung San Miguel and all. Ngayon medyo anything can happen. Plus again, it's semi-bubble. Bawal sila lumabas, and unlike NBA, bawal din sila dalawin. They really have to stay there until matapos yung liga. So it's also a test of mind aside from dun sa physicality. Alright, so I'm excited. It's October 11. Kita-kita tayo. Hindi pa tayo kita-kita. Panoorin natin yung game. And this will be interesting kasi unlike dati na yung iba sa atin hindi nakakanood. Karamihan sa atin work from home na. So makakanood na tayo at araw-araw na yon. So makakanood na rin tayo. Mas madalas na tayo makakanood. Supportahan natin ang sarili natin. Philippine Basketball Association. And with that, supportahan din ninyo ang Pasay Baller. Please like, please subscribe, and kung pwede po, paki-share na din. Maraming salamat. Peace out. Pasay love and God bless.